I never know when it actually starts. I need to have some sort of other screen. Right, how long have we got to go? Let's get the Zwift. 6 minutes to go. I've got my oops, wrong one. But this is what I want to do. So we're doing Rising Empire. Just one lap. So we got, oops, got to use the other screen. Got 2 New York comms, forward and reverse, or reverse and forward. Oh, reverse, yeah, so forward and then reverse. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows it. Got my, I don't really need to charge them, but I've got my Zwift place charging. I better, reminds me, I better assign some stuff. It's assign some stuff to my pedal, my shoes up. How's everyone? Have I got my, yeah. Do they turn on when they're charging or not? I'm going to have to unplug them while I'm racing. Oh yeah, they turn on while they're charging. I don't want to ruin them with sweat, so I have to remember to tell me to unplug them if I haven't. Okay, so I don't want that connected because I haven't got gears. And I've gone with the SL8 and the 454s, I think. Yeah, 454s. I was thinking about going the 7.9s for the descent, but go with these ones. Now, I'm assuming it's not a TT, because there is 2 TTs. That was the next thing I was going to check, make sure. Now hopefully, is Zwift too loud? Yeah, braking function's off. That's fine. I might turn. Which one is it? No, not that one. This one. Let me know if the music's too loud, if anyone's listening. Okay, no one's got TT bikes, so I'm assuming it's a race. Drink. I've got probably got an issue with my Achilles, my right Achilles tendon. Probably going to blow up or snap one day. Seems to be flared up. I should take Nurofen or something for it. Probably could turn the game sound up a bit. That's the music. Game sound. No, game's too loud now. TT on Sunday, is it? Okay. Last stage. Hopefully I don't catch your group this time, Carl. Probably will. It's very small fields. Problem is if I catch your group, then you'll smash up the climb. Fan on. suck down the sugar. I haven't got my draft on, do I? Okay. Draft. I think there's a different gauge I can do on, what's it called, pedal games. I think there's a percentage of draft I can get. But let's run. Let's deal with that another time. Sort of want to swap them around, don't I? Maybe I can put you down here. Down here, up here, up here, up here, up here, up here. Where do I want it? I'll just put it up here. All around. Whoop, undo that. I've got to be quick because game's starting. There we go. Alright, here we go. There's only 5 of us. That's going to be very... It's like half a ladder race. 6. Bugatti Hardy is the one that's going to smash us on the clients. If yesterday's any indication. You missed it, Carl. That's the annoying thing. There's actually a calendar which I'll talk about in this podcast, 50 Chats podcast tomorrow. Take these off, jeez. Where there's a calendar, I'll link it to, maybe I'll link it to this video afterwards. In the description maybe. So there's a calendar which will have all the events besides the regular Zwift events, because you don't need that, which means you can look it up. Oh wow, turn you down. Got the ride-ons, or the companion app playing in the microphone. Yeah, I'll have, you look at a calendar. Anyway, I'll talk about it maybe tomorrow on Zwift Chats if we don't just talk about other rubbish and forget about it. How do I chat? Yeah, so Zwifty podcast tomorrow. Podcast? Sort of a podcast anyway. Zwifty chats. We got Miguel, Steak and Chains on. Just going to talk about stuff. So yesterday's ride I went pretty hard trying to break the group up. Tactic today, slightly different. Probably the same eventually. We'll see how it goes. It's a bit of a rolling course, so I'd never get a warm up. So the first few minutes is always just me getting warmed up. Especially with my Achilles at the moment. If you hear a snap and me yelling and screaming, because it snapped. It sounds like a whip crack or something apparently. I had to look up what to do to fix it. I thought it'd just go away because I didn't ride for a long time. I thought, oh, okay, I'll have a rest anyway. Not ride. Nothing changed. It might not be related to riding at all. It might just be related to being an old fat guy. That's why I need the brakes. Brake. I don't want to be super tucking because I don't want to be at the front of the group. I want to get the draft going into this section. I'm not listening to the chat. Swift chat, not my YouTube chat. Do we go right here or left? It's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, this is where it gets a bit hard. Like, cool up this climb. I have to unplug my pliers, seal them up. See how long that 10-minute charge lasts them for. Can you seal it up? From all my sweat. Doesn't feel like it. Where's that going off the front? Doesn't feel sealed up. That's better. There's a gap there. Can't let that go. That's your gut, Marcio. Push forward just a bit here. A little momentum. Keep it going over the top. With the ECAP thing, in theory, everyone in a time slot can all agree not to drop each other or cross the line within a second of each other. And then you'd all get podiums, most likely. Well, maybe not podiums. There's like five tourists in this group unless you chose a different time slot. Bugatti and Marcio Rogers, I think, did yesterday. But in theory you could game the system with ego. Gentleman's agreement, everyone just cruise around at 2 watts a kilo. Of course, it would never happen because you don't know who's a tourist and who's not. Now my theory is, I'm probably the heaviest in this group. So I don't need to go over the top of the climb with the front two, or one or three. I can super tuck the descent and probably get back on. I can give it maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And then get back on turns with them after about a kilometre or two on the flat. I don't really want to burn the matches chasing them. But at the same time, if I don't need to rail it at the top, dig into that final bit of the bucket, which if you dig into that last 1 or 2% of the bucket in a ride, that costs you far more than any other percent of the bucket above that. It's like an exponential graph, I think. Nick Bramble, don't you come in this chat and tell me that I've got no idea. Anyway, bell curve, whatever. Those last few percent that you bury yourself for have a much higher cost than any of the percent before that. Oh, I don't know how I lost my drink. I have to get that one in a cent. Can I get it here? Yeah, I can get it here. Jump back on. Feel love it, clip in. There's the hill coming. I'm not clipped in, I am clipped in. Actually, perfect positioning. Watch me just cruise up this hill for that draft. Ah, well played, Ben, well played. Script writes itself. Okay, another descent coming. Let him go back around through the park, I think. Maybe not. Let me go. Looks like glass bridges all the way till the forward. Which actually makes that forward comp so much easier compared to coming from the tarmac roads. Takes about two minutes out of the effort. Now there is a sprint banner, so there's a comm and a sprint jersey on the line for this series. I'm not bothering with either. I did that with the FRR 2 FRRs ago or 3. It killed me. Honestly, it buried me. You think, oh, it's easy, you just go for the sprint, cruise around the rest of the course. But once you lose a draft, it's a lot slower. And I was actually making sure I wasn't getting time penalties, which in the end I shouldn't have worried about because no one got time penalties, I think. Very few people got penalties. They kept adjusting it post-race, which is a bit annoying. But that's the rules that change. It's what you sign up for. Okay. Not far till we start. The pain. How much draft have I got here? I don't want to hit the front, I want to keep this draft. There we go. Okay. I won't be talking much from here on. Just a lot of breathing. So now's the time to ask all your technical questions. Okay. Smart thing to do here is to try and get a little bit of draft into this hill, but I lost the momentum. There we go, a little bit of draft. Yeah, he's flying. Don't know if I'll catch them. I think they'll just roll away to the finish. $7 a kilo. Alright, stick with Marcio. Five seconds to Bugatti. Let's go. Come on, super chuck it. Mind you, I got the draft now. There you go, super tuck it. Bugatti's going to do 3.0, Marcio's doing 2.4, Bugatti's backed it off. Alright, should have been super tucking there. I thought I was a bit close at the corner. That's alright. Sprint's coming up. Not sure if Bugatti's going for the sprint. Roll it over. Got the draft. Comes a rescue helicopter for me. Not sure if you can hear it. A dead car. This series is weird because as if racing score from round 1 is what you keep. So if you're upgrading in round 1, you change up. But I stayed in below 450. I think I'm at 440 now. So most likely I'll be in above 450. But I can still race in this category. I'm not racing for sheep stations, so it's just to get fit. The reason to sit on someone else's wheel getting fitter. Alright, Big Daddy, I'll do a pull. Surprising they're doing 3.6 back there. Here we go to the climb again. Just climb at my own pace. I know I'm going to get smashed by Big Gaddy. Reverse this time. Okay, so we took the whole way. Alright, little kick. One more. Too late, that kick. Come on, mate. You go left or right here? Must be left. I shouldn't have pedalled. Lost the beat there. Next time, don't pedal. Energy and speed. 2 kilometers to go, 16 seconds. Don't pull too hard while the speed's high. Let it come down a bit. Okay. Minimize this gap. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. A little rest up here. After the finish. Oh, I can't pedal. I can't. Go! Six. 10 seconds. Ah, that's horrible. Thanks, Andre. I tried to close that gap. When I say you said go for 9. I tried, but Big Addy is too strong. I don't know why I click on that. Oh God. Thanks Carl. Thanks Wes. Andre. Nice riding, Big Addy. Absolutely nailed both those climbs. Marcio. See. Oh, God, my legs. Get that swipe off. Oh. Hopefully I don't get cramps and I wake up last night with cramp in the, what's this? It's easier to say this side. What's that muscle on the inside? Abductors or something. Abducted me in my sleep last night. I hate them because you can't stretch them out. It's like the inner part of your leg. How do you stretch that? Probably why I got cramps there, because I don't stretch. I don't believe in stretching. Like I don't believe in not a round earth, it's a dome. I'm just kidding. I can't even keep that up. Get lots of views if you talk about flat earth as being real. I won't joke about the other bullshit conspiracies. They piss me off so much. People are so dumb. If you believe in conspiracies, like and subscribe. Let's have a look to see what the finished places were. It's very funny on the chat, as Andre knows, is that there was a vote, because last series there was mass start. I thought it was going to be mass start this series, and I was scared, because I'm a D. So it means basically every race is a flat out 5-minute effort to try and outlast the other Ds. So this series everyone voted, majority voted, separate cats. And I can't press my beep button. And the beep storm that's resulted. Sort of a damned if you do and damned if you don't though. Unless you've got a massive series like ZRL. And it's also off season for most of the riders. Plus, I read that Chile had a football game. There's Carl. I think Big Addy had a 20-something second lead on the top. I did chase back that 10 seconds. So I was pretty much spot on with the. I can give the leaders 10 seconds over the top. Super tuck my way back in. I didn't mess up the super tuck on that second descent. Probably lost about 2 or 3 seconds. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's very hard with the Dorito because you don't get an instant super tuck when you stop pedaling. It gives you sticky watts, but they're crap sticky watts. It gives you like 80 watts, 50 watts. Which is not going to get you anywhere. It's also not going to super tuck you. And to be honest, it's not going to make any difference if I buy a new trainer besides burning 900 Australian dollars in my wallet, I'm not going to enjoy it anymore. It's not going to open up new race series for me, except for Sunday, my wish Sunday rides. But I'm not fit enough to ride. Or maybe the lowest category I might be able to ride. But if it was Zwift Sunday rides, yeah, I'd buy a new trainer for it. Or even Training Peaks virtual Sunday rides. But my wish, these are bad taste in the mouth. Yeah. And also for someone like me, who in this category, I'm one of the stronger riders. So it doesn't make such a difference. But when I was racing before the last TUGAZ, I think I was a B cat, but I was a low B. And if it was a normal race like this, I could just draft and save all energy. You can't do that in mass starts. It's basically a time trial for the first, well, last man standing. And one of the things I was scared about, Andre, is I'm not fit enough to be doing a 10-minute max effort every single day for 5 days. Plus I'm going to be doing the Training Peaks Virtual Grand Prix back to back. That's 6 days or 7 days. So I was scared about just dying. So the way this series is, yeah, it kind of sucks because they're smaller pins. But for people like me and the D and the C cat, the training loads, we're still going to get a good training effort without digging a massive hole. That's my unqualified opinion. Which way should I go, left or right? It's a bit of the worst, isn't it? Maybe left. Right. I was surprised that there was no over 700 category or A+ riders can't join. But there is so many series on Zwift at the moment. Kind of like the idea that it's a lower category series, because those riders have got 13,000 events to do at the moment, and the reality is those guys, a lot of them won't do a Grand Tour and also the Zwift Grand Prix. Yeah, I noticed the B was really low. And yesterday I caught the C's, and I thought it was the tail end of the C's, but it was actually the leading C's. But it's springtime in the Northern Hemisphere. I've had this race in October, November. Probably got twice or 3 times on the rise. What I did was I did a few Zert workouts, but they were all blue and green. I think I did it. I went overseas, didn't ride for 4 weeks, came back. I'm trying to remember if I did actually do it. I might not have done any rides at all. Actually, I did one ride maybe. Then the next day I did an FTP test. A proper 20-minute Zwift FTP test where you do that 5-minute effort beforehand. Not because it's the most accurate FTP test, but just to give me something different to do, because usually I use Exert for my FTP. They're both about the same for the test too, which is interesting. And then I did endurance for 5 or 6 days, and then straight into this racing. So I'll do this race series and then the Training Peaks Virtual for 6 or 7 races, and then a rest. Say 3 days off the bike completely, and then 2 or 3 easy day rides, and then do another Zwift 20-minute FTP test. I loathe to say it's the most accurate way of doing an FTP test, but the important thing about doing those tests is you do the same thing both times. I did. I used it a lot. So if I wasn't so wrapped up in Zwift, like I was at the beginning, basically went from 270 FTP to 350 FTP, concentrating on exert workouts, but I didn't follow the structured training as such for them. What I did is I did polarized training, where I did 5 days a week of LTP work, which is what Exert calls lower threshold. I've forgotten what it is technically, but it's I haven't read it for so long, but say where my FTP was about 330 watts, I was doing 200 watts for 3 minutes and about 280 watts for 1 minute, roughly, from memory. And then do that for 90 minutes to 3 hours, depending. I'd do 1 3 hour a week. The rest was either two hours and then maybe an hour and a half if I was feeling tired that day. But the good thing was that sort of riding, when you get fit enough, if you do 2 or 3 of those after a race day, you sort of freshen up a little bit while maintaining your fitness. And then I always had a rule, no riding at all on Mondays, completely off the bike, to stop myself overtraining. Because when I was doing those, I was like 15 hours a week, plus a Zwift race. It was usually a ZRL race once I started doing ZRL. But then started getting mates who gave me bad habits of doing races on Saturdays and Sundays. Then Thursdays TTTs. If I was fit enough, I'd be egging them on to do Thursday TTTs still, because that's my favourite racing. Not so much I don't really care what the result is. I just love trying to push myself and the team to the maximum effort that we can with the most efficiency. Telling other people what to do, pretty much. I did the AI for a little bit, but it's really hard because I love to race. I'd get fitter. I did the AI for about a week, but I didn't get into enough, because what you can do now is you can say, okay, I want to ride at this time of day, I've got 1 hour or 2 hours. And then when I was in Exert, I'd always choose the ride that was 15 minutes longer than suggested, because I hate doing hard efforts for training. I love doing race efforts in a race, but there was one workout which I just always clicked off. It's called the hardness test. I think I got to a level 10 of hardness test when I was really into doing the training, suggested training, and God, that was so difficult. My FTP was probably set a little bit higher from Exert, because when I'm well trained, my 3 to 5 minutes efforts are my strength. And so a lot of times in races, I'll do a really hard 1 minute effort, and that's where my threshold power will be calculated from Exert. So sometimes I'll have to knock back the workouts 95%, which is why I love doing what they call Lucy in the Sky, those training that I was talking about before, where you do blue, green, because you get a feel of whether it's too hard or not. Because you're supposed to be able to do this, like talk and do the effort, and if you do it the 3 hour, you're dreading those 1 minute efforts, but you can still do them. And it teaches you to fuel. One of the things I always tell anyone who asks me about my training, don't worry about what you eat on the bike. I will literally have, like this race, I've got 90 grams of sugar in a cup with boiling water at the start. And you get through it, because you're not going to gain weight on the bike. It stops you from overeating off the bike. And you can smash the workouts day in, day out. You can do a 3-hour workout, get back on the bike the next day and have the energy to race. It's not such a big issue if you're doing 6 hours a week. But if you want to start smashing those training hours, you need to be fueling. I'll never get back to what I was. I've got a child now. So before Whitney, I'd say, Whitney, I'll go to the bike. She's like, good, get lost, stay away from me. I'm sick of you. Now it's like, all right, I only get on the bike for 2 hours. She's like, oh, Whitney, has Ethan got a bottle? Has he been changed? And then of course, it's not really over 2 hours, is it? It's get on the bike, stuff around, especially streaming, stuff around for half an hour. Get off the bike, have a shower, eat as well, even though I've had my sugar, have proper food to eat. And it goes like another hour. I'm just amazed at how fit some of the dads are. Obviously you got a routine going, but there's definitely a balance. There's a lot more guilt getting on the bike. I'm hoping it gets easier, Wes. When I see people like you with 3, or even 2 kids, 3, 4, I think, Jesus Christ. Our kid's going to be terrible when he's 2. He's so spoiled. Because he's gone from being 2.5 months in hospital with Nikki, having constant attention. The nurses are pretty good. They sort of let him cry for a bit. But of course, you always have people visiting him, have his grandparents, both sets of grandparents, the parents constantly there. And we've got Whitney's mother living with us. So he's never cried himself to sleep. He's got to that stage now where he knows, like, if he wants to get picked up, puts his arms out, looks cute, and that doesn't work, cries. That doesn't work, cry harder. I won, Gunner. I absolutely smashed it. Got first, second place. See, I'm jealous about that, Wes, because it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? My mum had me when I was, my mum had me when I was 0. My mum had me when she was 22, just about 22. She had my sister when she was 19. And then my brother when she was 26. Then she had my younger sister to my stepdad. But that was many years later. So I think if I had a kid when I was 20, they'd now be 26 years old, or 25 if you give the gestation period. So they would have moved out a few years ago. Maybe if they didn't, I still wouldn't have to go inside and look after them. So I got to do a lot of cool stuff being single, not married. And now I'm paying the price. I came second, Gunner. I got smashed by Bugatti. I only had a Toyota Prius in the engine. I enjoyed it. That was a fun race. I don't know if it was actually my peak, but it definitely, there was a point where I was like, I can add another 5 hours a week to training. I think my very best threshold power was 380. I think that was slightly overestimated. I think it was more like 375. That was my peak. But when I got to that, I was like, really? All that effort? And I feel amazing. But I didn't have any more fun than what I am now. If anything, when you get to that level, you keep seeking out people that are faster than you. So I'd be racing against Mark O'Brien. Josh Harris was just coming into form, so I never raced him in his peak. But all those aero guys, I never race Lionel, but that was the thing. I was like, okay, the next step up is racing against those guys. And I'd get my ass kicked. It would be fun, but this is just as much fun as that. And the problem is, there's a it's not so much talked about, but there's a real mental battle and issue and health issue with being that fit, is that you'd be like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing a training ride, I'm supposed to be doing 2 hours in a day, and I'm off doing this bloody whatever it is. Like, you might be having a family barbecue, your parents are over, your friend that you used to have phoned up and said, I haven't seen you for 2 years, what have you been doing? And you get anxiety from not, you're like, I'm going to lose fitness, which is ridiculous, because one of the biggest things when you're doing that many hours is actually the recovery, which is why I always enforced a 1 day off. I know so many riders who I was racing against and beating who are doing 25 hours a week, and they're absolute beasts if you did a 10-hour ride. That kicked my ass. But I wasn't doing 10-hour rides, I was doing at the most 2 hours which races, the fun days. But they didn't have any top end because I hadn't rested properly. They didn't have testosterone, which I loathe to say testosterone because it's a real alpha male bullcrap stigma to it, but it's true though with cyclists. If you train too much, you actually get slower because all your hormones are depleted, which is why they're talking on GCN that if you're a well-trained cyclist and you get an enforced break, go away and come back a month later, or training for a month, or even 2 weeks, you're an absolute gunner. Yeah, that's the other issue, Wes, is when I was at my absolute peak, Whitney used to complain that I was too skinny, and I look at myself and go, I could probably lose 3 or 4 kilos. Luckily for me, I wasn't in that mindset of I want to get as light as possible. It was more like I could if I wanted to, but I just enjoy doing, what am I doing, 61. I enjoy eating. I don't want to take away the enjoyment of having ice cream, milkshakes. I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke. So I've got to give myself something. The great thing about exercise cycling is that GCN video recently where Ollie Bridgewood was talking about that study that you don't lose weight doing exercise, and debunked it. But one of the most important things he mentioned was the fact that you become, you're less likely to get diabetes, which is probably a very underplayed factor when it comes to doing exercise. Diabetes is a terrible thing to get. It is manageable, but if you can avoid it, it's a bloody good thing. So for me, I love eating chocolate ice cream. At first I thought it was amazing when I smashed my face. I fell off my bike, had every bone in my face broken, like I broke my face from ear to ear. They never actually fixed up this part because I couldn't get to that section. You don't notice it. But I got 5 plates on my face. Had my jaw full of wet metal. I could only suck through a straw for a month. And for the first maybe week, it was like great. I just get to have milkshakes all the time. God, I got sick of milkshakes. I was trying all sorts of different things. So it took probably about 2 years before I was like, oh, I feel like a milkshake now. So yeah, I encourage people to cycle. It's a great way to get fit. You just keep it reasonable. If I smoked and drank, I'd be such a, I'd be a train wreck. Alright, what have we got? Let's upload my Jules again. Let's play upload Jules game. Where's my... And ride. Actually, I've got to do a picture, don't I? Take a picture of myself Where's my dashboard view? Chase angled. Oh, I'll do. Where's my camera? I don't know why, but tangent. The Zwift doesn't run as smooth as it used to. The frames per second's dropped a lot since I've added out textures and things. I thought maybe it was a video, the video replay you can do, but I turned that off and it didn't make any difference. Alright, I think I took a picture of the timeline. I didn't do the placings. Went a ride, finished event. How'd everyone go? Bugatti 3.4, Marcio 3. You know that he was the one who was smashing it at the front. Or was it Cho? No, it was Cho. Can't remember. Was it? I don't know. I'll look back at the stream later. What balance equivalent? Let's have a look. Have I got pedal games open? Let's go. Okay. Whoops. Let's get back to while we're on this. There's pedal games. I saw it somewhere. There it is. It's annoying. I always have to log in every time. Every time I gotta log in. It's like a double login too. Like you choose to log in with that, and then you log in again. I don't want to relaunch an update. Update later. Where's pedal games? Okay, so what is my... There's draft efficiency, which what I should have put up before. So what we're asking about, what balance equivalent? Cadence, calories, climb, distance. I should probably chuck this up on the screen, shouldn't I? Where's OBS? I can't see very well. Which one is it? Pedal games. Okay. There we go. Get rid of my background. Okay, so there's cadence, calories, climb ratio, climbing, distance, training load, calories, gradient heart rate, intensity percent, power, training load, BAM, draft visual. Don't think it's got a watt balance type thing. What I should really do is do my drafting percent, efficiency score. So there's all the things I could have done on my stream. I've got to look at it later. Maybe, don't really have it, do they? Get rid of that. Have to do a key. What do you mean a key? Maybe it's because I log in with Google. Drafting unclaimed. What's drafting unclaimed? There's a key there. I've got it back up here. Draft unclaimed. There's a possum on the roof. I've rejigged the garage. I might show tomorrow in the podcast. I'll set up another camera. A key number. So it's like every time, or is it? Let's just click on it. Custom targets. Draft key 0%. That's a bit of a pain in the ass. That's what you're talking about before, wasn't it? So what would you put in for the key? What is that? The remaining theoretical maximum amount of watts available by hiding draft requires a draft. What happens if you riding? Does that mean if you're in second place it doesn't work? Yeah, I'd love to explore it. There's things like this where I could make a really good video about that. But it's really hard to explain things in a really simple manner when you have no idea what you're talking about. It requires a deep level understanding to be able to talk about it in a very simple manner. I was thinking about doing the videos about the bikes, but there's like every man and his dog's making a video explaining the bikes. And then the reality is, I haven't watched any of them because it's like, well, I'll find out. Eventually someone else will work it out and tell me. How's my sound? I've noticed the last few streams it's been extremely loud in Zwift. The Zwift noise coming through my stream. I thought I had it set better last stream, but it was still too loud. I'll watch it back and readjust it. That's the annoying thing about streaming, is that sound level is always changing. Hopefully it's fine. Everyone says it's fine, then I watch it back. Because I'm so harsh on my sound. When I watch streams, I'm so critical of it. Speaking of which, I don't need a fan anymore. I'm a freeze to death. But what do you put in the key? Like 100%? What's the number? Like you just... I haven't got my keyboard in here. Hey Siri, type 10.
Here's some info about Stella classification.
Hey Siri, tell me about the draft key for pedal games.
Here's what I found.
Open the draft key finder. Yeah. Okay, so you ride with a pace partner. Okay, so let's start draft key finder. I'm going to stop my insert. Stop you. Save you. Okay, so let's go into... Where is that draft key now? Draft key. Where is it? Where's it gone? There it is. Draft faster. Okay, so now I've got to ride with... And my ride. Hit the bin. Just jokes. Okay, make sure I put one. I don't care about anything like that. Yes. Oh, I suppose I should probably put that one. That one. That's the most important one. Make sure it's on there. Alright, so I'll go into... Okay, so ride with Coco. I'm going to put my draft key on the stream, don't I? Actually, I'll just put it where the lock balance is. Draft key, draft key. Pedal games. Where is the draft key? Draft key. Okay. Alright, so let's go ride with Coco and get dropped. Got to use that. Raw pump remate. No bloody way am I going to do that. Okay. Start ride. How long did I have to ride for? Not like an hour, is it? Oh my, I've got to start up my... I've got to get the resistance back from my trainer. Oh, my Achilles. I've really got to look up. I've got to look up why my Achilles is so bad. What can I do to fix it? Alright, 14,000 of my favourite Zwift riders here. What's Coco ride up these days? Same as she used to. I'm going to turn my fan back on, I'm going to die. Do you have to just try and stay in the group, or can you just roll? It is connected to Zwift. It should be. I had my draft before. Do I have to do press start maybe? Let's open up pedal games again. Oh, I gotta press start key finder. Oh, I'm buggered already. I press start. No, it's not doing anything. There's two of them now, and they're both displaying nothing. Weird, because I get the draft. There we go. Activated power source. That's what I need to do. Active power source. Swift. Doing all that stuff. Showing 213 watts. Everything in. Says activated, found data. I have a broken key. What if I exit Zwift and get back in again? Oh, I've got to do 2 kilometers, otherwise I don't get any. It doesn't count. You don't get any credit. Last time I checked. Minimum ride's 2 kilometers. Come on, find route. Oh, if you double click it, it does that. That's cool. It says fine draft, so it's obviously getting input. So I've got to find 2 riders. Draft faster. I'll go back to Coco. Where's my portal? Which one's Coco? She's 2.7. Jesus. Clicking on it. I think it's because I do have this weird thing. I'm going to stop pedaling. I've done the distance. It tells me that. Get rid of that. Games, flight panels. I don't know what's going on. Let's quit Zwift anyway. And ride. Okay. Save. I'll try reloading it. Exit. There's a Zwift. Zwifty Zwift. I'll do my let's bring up my dual records while I'm doing this. Where is Rising Empire? Okay, dual records. Power. Yeah, I'll reload pedal games. I'll shut that down. Analysis for me, not for Christian. For some reason it always loads up to some random person. Profile, analysis. I'll go download my fit file, don't I? Let's go to insert. Let's bring up the web for that. There is my fitness. Why is it not showing? Try again. There we go. Okay, so undo that. Fit to screen. Where's transform? Fit to screen. Oh, wrong one. Fit to screen, this one. Smooth streaming this. Okay. So activities. I was like, what's going on? That's the endurance ride. I got a breakthrough. So now my FTP is about 292, I suppose. Download this one. Yep. Delete this one. Delete. Pretty cool, it does that. MPA. Okay, so that was this ride on Zwift. Previous fitness signature. So that's where I dug in to my MPA from the previous signature. Oops, I have to go back to that. Anyway, let's go to power analysis. Create new data set. Choose file. Keep it private just in case. Yeah, that's a good thing about being unfit. Every ride you get into fitness improvement. Doesn't happen when you get super fit. Usually you just, that's pretty good actually. It's a bit up and down there, but it might be the start. Not really. It's this bit here, I think. It's a little bit out of sync. So offset, what is it? It's about 2 seconds offset. Oh, I've got to go to the keyboard. I can't tell Siri to do that. Okay. Oops, got to bring the mouse. Or just click on the mouse there. Which one is it? Okay. Yeah, so that one there's a little bit of an unusual reading. Well, the rest it's fine. So this one makes up for it. Let's save that. Okay. I mean, it's same as yesterday, wasn't it? Like point something %. Change that as public. Public. And then let's go see if anyone dual recorded yesterday from the race. I should have gone to my profile. Stage 2. Anyone? Oh, it's just me. I don't know, where's my analysis? Did I not put mine yesterday? I thought I put mine yesterday. Why is my analysis not there? Did I not save it yesterday? Stage 2 yesterday. Oh, I didn't choose an event, that's why. Okay. Bunch of cheats. So there's 2 fit files now for yesterday's races. Wrong one. Anyway, you get the idea. So let's go back to pedal games and Zwift. I'll load Zwift up first. I'm going to shut down source. Green screen, make it a little bit more interesting. So, come on Zwift, load up. It's annoying when you press on it, it doesn't actually load. Oh, now you're in the way. I should have loaded up pedal games first. I really should have signed hotkeys to this, considering I used to have it on the Stream Deck. I used to have it so I just pressed the Stream Deck for OBS, Zwift, Source, YouTube. And then for some reason I deleted it all. I'm not sure why. Okay, pedal games. Better get back on the bike. It's installing an update for pedal games. I chose not to do the update. Okay, auto login, remember me. Okay, click both of those two so I don't have to keep doing these bloody login. Oh, my controller's turned off, doesn't matter. Pedal games, start draft key finder, back to racing, okay. Go. Oh, the problem is I'll turn my controllers back on. Can't get across. Oh, can you? Can you? No, it's annoying that you can't slide across with the mouse. Come on. Don't make me go to my keyboard. I've got one connected. There we go. Oh, why are they not connected? Okay. Alright, Coco. You and me. Why is it? What happened to Coco? she's gone. I don't want to do a roller pump room. I think there's another way to get. Oh, there it is. It goes to this one, doesn't it? It's been so long since I've done Coco riding. Hey, Franny. Oh yeah, I got my numbers up. Alright, Franny, I'm trying to... Wes is trying to kill me by making me do extra riding. So, getting pedal games up, getting my draft input key, I've got no idea what that is. .511, doesn't seem to be changing much. What if I go faster? So it's basically 511, isn't it? It's not changing. So what do I do now? I win because it's 511. Okay, so now I'll go to my draft unclaimed, is that what? So 511 into, do I put that into the draft key finder, do I? Or is that what I put into the draft unclaimed? Oh. Alright, time for huge head. So that's what I do for draft unclaimed. So where's my draft? I can do draft visual, which I had. Oh, so 511 for draft visual. I'll press enter. Hopefully it's clicking off. Draft coverage. I should just bring my mouse over, shouldn't I? Draft forecast. Okay, and then I should have just done this over there. 13,000 window capture. So window capture 1, draft visual, capture 2, draft forecast. Wait a second, what they? Oh no, it's on top of each other, I think. Draft unclaimed. Why are they all the time? Why are they? Okay, we'll just delete the other ones. Okay. Draft capture. This is riveting stuff. Visual. No. Oh, I gotta update draft key. God damn it. I just did. I'm going to close one of these. I don't see why. Okay, so I got that one for received. Sorry for the exciting. So draft visual, draft coverage. Draft received, draft coverage. Draft forecast. This is probably where it's easier to just share my screen. Okay, so draft received, draft forecast. Let's move them up into. What else is there? Draft, 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 draft unclaimed. I should be showing my other screen so that you can see what I'm doing. Draft unclaimed. Okay, we'll stick you over. Get you out of the way. Ah. Look at that photo. Graphics. Top level. Clip in. So that's everything. Oh, you can get stuffed. There we go. Stick it up. I thought I had to do it all over again. Okay, portal, jump back into Coco triple loops. Oh, it's Yumi. Yumi triple loops. God damn it, what'd I do that for? Oh, my drive key. It's not a good advertisement for pedal games. It's giving me games, alright. I'm not doing this again. How can it be incorrect? I put 511. It was 511, I'm pretty certain. It was working fine. Oh god, you gotta put... It never... Every time you start it... Alright, let's just do... Windows. I don't make a lot of pain in the ass at the moment. I'll make a new scene. Use window. Screen capture. Display capture. Should put this microphone on. Ah, it is on. I've had very weird sound through the whole thing probably. No, that wasn't the right one. Why is my display capture? Oh no, it's automatic, that's right. Display. Okay, so there's Swift. Now, let's bring up pedal games. Oops, but I'm pressing on OBS. Pedal games. Okay, so I've pressed 511 for all of these. I've got to close all these up again. Draft key. 511. Done. Draft. 511. Bring my microphone over here. Draft coverage. 511. Draft visual. I'll do it again just in case. Alright, so why is it not? Okay, so received. Why have I got two received? Ah, okay, so one's visual, one's... Or is it the same? Okay, so two draft visual. So I've got draft visual, draft coverage, draft forecast. What was the other one? Unclaimed. Alright. Bring in. Where's my studio mode? Whoops, not recording. Studio mode. Okay, screen capture. Go. That's about right. We'll find out. Okay. I can make this bigger then, can't I? We don't really care about the things on the side. Alright. Back to it. Okay. Oh crap, I've got the key finder in the way still. Ah. Put it on the other screen. All over the chat. I can't see what. It was on the chat. I'll take it off the chat so I can see. Further instructions. Oh, now it's slightly on the other screen. Who cares? Ah. Okay, now portal, teleport, triple flat loops. Let's go. Actually better do it with Yumi than Coco, because with Coco I'll always get 100% draft. At least with Yumi I can show what the difference is. So it's pretty cool. I like the unclaimed. This is probably going to be my setup for a TT. That's pretty much all I need to show, isn't it? That you've got this. This is where I usually sit. So I usually leave. Well, so far I've got 0 unclaimed lots. Now it goes out because you push out. Back in again. But it does show the dangle. So 160% draft. What it doesn't tell you, it can't, is what your draft would be as if you're deeper in the pack. I'll go forward, but it's not going to. Mind you, there's a bit of a gap now. Why'd I choose Yumi? Jesus, I'm getting dropped. So, what it can't tell you is if you're in the best position in the group. Cut the corner. So much easier now. I'll lose all momentum though. Whoa. Draft forecast. Okay, so the draft forecast for that speed is what I could get. Okay. So basically it does tell you if you're getting the best draft, regardless of your pack position. It's saying that at this speed, you could get this draft if you got 100% draft. Is that correct? So, doesn't matter if I fall back and dangle, because it will show, okay, you've only got the draft from 2 riders. You're not getting 100% draft. So you said that it doesn't with 2 riders. So what I'll do is I'll do a really big dangle as this group breaks up after this little descent. Steer into the draft. So that's where steering comes in handy. Auto steering wasn't giving me the best draft. Now I'm getting 100% of the draft, but I'm going slower than Yumi. Get back into the draft. Yeah. Yo, Miguel, you ready for tomorrow's podcast? I'm just checking out this draft. Setting for pedal games. Okay. So what we worked out is it shows the draft percent that you could get. So it's actually kind of cool. It can show that you don't need to be in the middle of the pack to get the best draft. At this speed you don't get much draft. So at the moment at this speed I can get 38 watts of draft. If I accelerate, that's what I should be getting if I was in the pack. 150 watts of draft. So let's go back to doing up, teleport, Let's go to Tempest Fugit. Let's go with Coco. Okay. So it's pretty much impossible to lose, but I'll steer out if I can. Steering out. This is what I always talk about. Not being in the middle of the pack. Because if you get pushed out of the pack, look how much less draft I'm getting. Just a touch outside someone's shoulder like this, I lose 30% of the draft. Even in a big pack. So there's riders out here to the left. I'll get his draft. But where he was riding before, it's getting 40% of the draft. Even here it's 10% less. Okay. It is annoying, but at the same time, I've only got steering because I imported. I could get the steering block, the Sturzo. I think Jet Black had got a steering block, but a steering block's stupid. I won't sit on the fence with that. I don't want to steer as I'm riding. That just feels so like counterintuitive. If I'm riding along, I don't want to turn left to go left. Maybe you can reverse it. But outdoors, if you want to chuck a right, turn right, you put a bit of pressure on the inside right bar. Wheel goes out a little bit to the left. You tip it over. You initiate the turn. Sure, once you're in the turn, then you turn the handlebars to the right to stop yourself from falling over. But the initial input is actually the opposite direction. I could probably get used to it, but I don't want to steer my front wheel the wrong way every time. What I want is Zwift to make it possible to buy these things anywhere in the world. I asked support and they said, here's the Wahoo website. They sell stuff in Australia. I was like, Wahoo don't sell a steering device. I've got to buy the bike. I'm not buying the Zwift ride just so I can steer. They can send me one for free. I'll make a video about it and get 10 views. Printing money. Yeah, exactly, Miguel. I'm quite happy stealing with controllers because I played with controllers all my life. It's intuitive. I want to turn right, I turn right. I want to turn left, I go left. But steering with, especially sprinting, you'd be wobbling all the way down the road, you're doing, 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 doing. I don't want to be, maybe you can stiffen it up. I don't know what I'm trying to keep riding for. I've demonstrated what I need to demonstrate. The dangle here is obviously not working very well, but I wouldn't be dangling like this. Oh, I got my brake. I'm actually one of the few people. Oh, I should have gone a little bit further too because I need my XP. I'm one of the few people that got the brake on and now I regret it. I don't. I love using the brake. I try and find excuses to use it, like then I didn't need to use it. Alright, that'll be at 7 kilometres. I'm not going 1 metre further than 7 kilometres. Brake, brake. I actually turned the brake resistance up again. Those videos take a lot of effort because I'm so bad I can't write scripts and I ramble on, I repeat myself so often, as you know from my streams and podcast. As anyone who edits videos knows, It's the hardest thing to edit a video of yourself. It's kind of good to be harsh judging yourself, but I'm used to the sound of my own voice now. Speaking of which, I should face the microphone. But yeah. What was my point? Oh, hard making videos. All right, back. Menu. Great setup is the last bit. Pedal games covering up my screen. I do have this. Which one was it? This one? No, not that one. That's the one I want to do. I've got green screen. I want to make a green screen so I can reach out. Well, I have got a green screen set up. I don't know what happened to it. The same with that one. 3D. Must be on my other page. There we go. This page. I'm still on the... It didn't change. Because I'm in broadcast. Studio mode, I should say. Okay, so what I should do is click on this. Too much for this stream. Yeah, I'll fix it up later on. But what I want to do is, if I'm in that thing, I can make it so that I can reach outside of that corner. Give myself a heart thing. What other thing too, which I was talking about my videos. It's really annoying when the metrics on your screen and you move them around. And sometimes it doesn't happen like it happens to me because I'm often taking resolutions something around. Thanks for reminding me. I am in another room pretty much. The microphone that I was using is way over there. Yeah, I'm always changing resolution, so it's really annoying because if you do that source, and I'm not sure if Pedal Games does it, but it messes up all that stuff. Yeah, it should be good. It's bloody coming out of the expensive microphone now. Anyway, I better go. I've got so many things I can mess around with. I was watching Eric Barnett, his workout this morning, and talking about how he'd set up everything for OBS and broke OBS. He has a really cool intro which he puts on his videos, but he puts on his live stream. I messaged on his, well, put a comment on his thing. I think because he's running it at 4K, so if you're running OBS and you put a 4K video, the computer really struggles. My computer's strong, I still wouldn't put a 4K video playing. I think I did a stream a while ago and it's just choppy as. It doesn't handle it very well. Anyway, I gotta go. I've already stuffed around enough. I need to get in the house, have a shower, get some food in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll try and stream the same time. Actually, it's today Friday? Yeah, I stream in 2K only because it gets the best codec. If you stream in 1080, it gives you a crap codec. Eventually, it gives you a good codec, eventually. But 2K gives you a much better codec. Otherwise, I'd just stream in 1080. But I gotta go. I'll see you. We're doing the Blitty Cast podcast, I think 9 o'clock UK time. I think. Something like that. It's 8 o'clock Australian time. Melbourne, Australian time. Yeah, Miguel's on. Miguel, you ready? Ready for our unscripted rubbish talk? Hopefully you lift the content for us. Anyway, I better go. And I'll see you soon. Peace out.